Hi, I'm Jessica with Spring Creek Revival doing my first ever YouTube video, and I want to show you what I have planned for my garden this year. So at this point, all of my algorithms are basically gardening, and I was not going to do a garden this year because last year our neighbors gave so much produce from their own garden that I was like, why would we need to bother with a garden? We can just get them from our neighbors again. But also, I would miss out on a year's worth of experience and mistakes gardening, and I don't want to be like reliant on my neighbors because what if their garden doesn't turn out, or what if they need more of their own produce? So I think I'm gonna start a garden this year. I'm headed outside to try and scope out the best place for one. The first spot I'm gonna scope out is the one that they had in the past. It's up behind the house, up on the hill. Let me show you. All that is old asparagus. And I'm hoping it'll grow back this year because it grew last year without any intervention. And all those little red berries are the seeds that I probably should have collected last year. Maybe I can still collect them and grow them somewhere else. But I'm super excited to see if this comes back. This is the asparagus. People that lived here previously had a garden, I think about right here. See that stuff right there? Corn stalks. So this is where they had their garden before. Which I get because it gets lots of sun, but the neighbor also told us that it's pretty much clay up here, not really that great of dirt, but it does get full sun. So, but we also wanted to make this hilltop area a nice grassy playing area with maybe like a baseball diamond for them to play like wiffle ball or kickball. So I didn't want to take up too much room with a garden, although they would have all that space to play and the garden would just be tucked back in that area. But again, the clay soil. Last night I was also trying to figure out where we are going to put the fence because there is some fencing that's old and broken and we're gonna redo that this year so that we can have animals. So I was thinking about where we were going to put the fence for the front pasture and I had an idea. I was hoping it would be sunny today so I could see how much sun this spot actually gets, but I feel like it could work. So there's not a ton of space right now for a big garden like I was planning, but we are intending to take out that garden bed. This garden bed, that's funny, but we're gonna get rid of it because it's kind of falling apart. And then I don't know what this bush was, maybe the same kind, but it's dead. Stump needs to be removed. These rocks, I'm definitely gonna use somewhere else. But basically my thought is to tear this out and then kind of make this spot a little bit more level and then put some garden boxes, garden beds. It's weird because the property is so hilly. Like you can see that there's this gentle slope right there where it drops off, but I want to put a rock pathway to the front on that anyway. So it'll slope off into our garden area. And then up on that hill, I wanted to put a chicken coop because you can see the kitchen window from this spot and I thought it would be fun to look out at my chickens in the kitchen window. So if we had a little chicken coop right there with the trees in the background and then maybe have those chicken tunnels around the garden boxes so that they can kind of free range but not get picked off by the hawks. And then the fence would basically go along this and down the hill. This is where we ride four-wheelers down there or walk. And then basically the fence would just follow this trail, but still giving us room to ride alongside of it. I don't know, what are we thinking? We haven't really gotten anybody out here to give us a bid for the fence yet, and I'm imagining it's gonna be super expensive, but I wanted to have a plan in place before we had somebody come out here, just so we don't waste anybody's time. But I think that's what we're gonna do. I don't know, are we sad to lose all this grassy front yard? Obviously my kids play here, but if that tall pasture up there on the hill turns into a grassy playing area, then this might be perfect for a garden because then, so there's the sidewalk, I can just follow the sidewalk into my garden and pick fresh vegetables for dinner. Basically you walk along this cement path and it ends right here. But what I want to do is take some big flagstone rocks and continue the path to the front yard right on this like leveled area before it slopes down, and then also have a cute little rock pathway to the chicken coop and run right here. And then all the spot in the middle would be garden beds. And I don't know if this tree is gonna stay. I like it, but the chimney guy said to cut it down. I don't know, maybe we'll just cut the branches back and leave it. But if it provides too much shade for this area, my plan isn't gonna work. But it's a really cute golden-leafed aspen tree, and I don't want to lose it. Also, there's some aspen trees in this garden bed that I'm hoping to be able to transplant. So there's this big box garden bed right here that I don't want anymore. So we'll probably take that out. We're gonna take this tree down because it's way too close to the house. It's another pretty aspen. So we'll take this garden bed out and hopefully transplant those little baby aspen trees right here to hopefully give the driveway some shade. So that's what I'm thinking right now. I don't know if I can pull it off, but I think it could be really cute because we have this super extra long driveway. So we don't necessarily have to have our front yard like the best curb appeal. And wouldn't it be so cute to have like cute little garden beds with like cut flowers and like tunnel trellises? Sorry about the beeping, that's the baby monitor. I gotta get back closer. So now I wanna get the drone out here and take an aerial photo of this spot so that I can draw out some garden beds and start planning things out and see what would fit. Oh, I forgot to measure square footage. Okay, we're gonna call this spot roughly 15 by 30, give or take a couple feet. But how cute would it be to have like a paver path right there with like tiny little steps to the garden area. And then the chicken coop right there. I need to have AI mock me up an image because that would be so cute. The only thing that would ruin my plan is if this place doesn't get very much sun. I was hoping to be able to tell today, but it's overcast and rainy, so maybe I'll come back out another day and see.